Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the EDM Grid podcast. My name is Henry, also known as Henkray. Sadly, Oswald isn't here. He is still in the process of moving house, so he might not join us for a couple episodes. But I'm very happy to announce that we have got in a very special guest this episode. Sorry for the delay in between the episodes. I was having fun in Italy. A lot has happened, all night has happened, which our special guest is also featured in, which we'll definitely talk about later. We have got in Lillybug. How are you doing today?
Hello. I'm doing great, man. It's an honor to be here. Super excited.
We are absolutely confirming the allegations that we are in fact a furry podcast. We are not, escaping. How many heads is that? How many heads do you have?
I have 3 heads, and then I have an extra one in my, I think it's this bin. One of these bins also has another one, but I need to refurb it.
The 3 golden childs, and then just like the one stuffed away in the corner of the room that nobody ever talks about. It's just the one quiet
ugly
one.
duckling fursuit. Yeah.
How are you doing though? You've been around in quite a couple of places in the community.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, honestly. I feel like, I don't know, I've been all over the place recently. I had releases on Beyond, and then I had on T-Team, and now Form, so it's just I've been doing stuff everywhere, you know?
I had a question prepared that I wanted to ask you in the beginning of this episode, because I wanted to start doing that. Actually, before recording, we were talking about how you switch up styles and how you like to do a lot of genres. What I have written down is that if you could choose a style to go into other than all the ones that you had already done, would there be a style that you would like to make in the future? Or like a genre, perhaps?
Okay, actually... this is the perfect place to kind of talk about it. So I have a new album that's 90% done, and it is very much not traditional Lillybug stuff. So there's UK bass on it, there's D&B, there's breakcore, there is I don't know, breakbeat dubstep. I don't know. I'm not good at genre names, but I don't know. I've really just kind of been wanting to branch more into more traditional EDM stuff because, it's fun. It's fun to do. But yeah, if there's one genre I guess I haven't done yet that I really want to, I guess is more kind of learning how to do neuro sound design, because that stuff, whenever I hear it in a song, I'm yeah, I love that. So I don't know. I definitely want to do some more neuro focused sound design, and maybe some I don't know, neuro tracks.
Dropping a bombshell in the first minutes of the episode that you got an album was something I wasn't expecting. Neuro is in kind of acid basses and sort of wobbly sound design.
Yeah, a lot of wobbly stuff. I really love when someone can do a good Reese, that hooks me in a song. I'm hell yeah. So I wanna try and do some more stuff like that for sure.
You see that a lot in drum and bass, if I'm not mistaken. You sort of get the very heavy Reeses and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. My friend showed me what's the Glacier song? The D&B one. It's I think it's Noxua or something. But when I heard that, I was yeah, this is it, dude. I definitely want to try something kind of in that style.
I feel like you have the most diverse sort of portfolio of genres in that you do a lot of Botanica stuff. You just said you got a very EDM-y album coming out. You released Pet, which we're going to talk about later. That's rock, very rocky and sort of guitar heavy stuff. Is there a genre you haven't made yet?
I was gonna say color based, but no, I've put out 2 color based songs too. I don't I don't know. There's probably I mean, I guess I haven't done like trap or like rap stuff before.
We need to see you rap on a song. You sing on all of them.
I was actually thinking about that.
Oh my god! Wait. When? What was the inspiration behind the trap rap Lillybug song?
I don't know. Okay, I've been really listening to the new like Quadec album a lot, and what was it? I think it was Times Like These or At Times Like These, where Quadec is kind of doing like some rap stuff, and I don't know. I think that could be fun. Or even the closer Casper, like with the what's the feature artist? I cannot remember their name, but the closer on the new Quadec album, I'm like, that would be super fun to do some like crazy like distorted like evil death metal shit with like some rap stuff on it. I don't know, it could be fun.
Is there any genres you would see yourself going into in the future that you haven't already, like something really out of left field? You start making like techno beats or something like that.
Okay, actually I've been like, you can kind of see some of the influence on my my T-Team track Play Pretend, but I've been wanting to do some more like old style like house stuff with like using like those old like Vengeance kits. Like, I don't know, that stuff with like the big booming kicks has always really been interesting to me. So I don't know, you could see some Lillybug like tech rumble sometime soon. It could happen.
What songs do you listen to then? Because we were also talking before about like you listen to a wide range of stuff. You had a folk song, like you listen to a bit of folk. Like, do you also listen to as many artists, like in different genres, as how many sort of genres you make, or do you just know about the genres and decide to make them?
Like, okay, it kind of depends. Like, I'll try, like for the most part, I kind of do listen to like the same like 12 artists, but if there's like a genre I want to try, or if there's something like, I don't know, I haven't done yet, then I'm like, oh, that could be fun. I'll try and like find artists in that genre and then like listen to them, kind of study up on how they like do stuff, and then, I don't know, try and interpolate it in my own way. But so I'm pulling up my Spotify like on repeat. Like a lot of it is just like the same like 6 artists and then just like emo music.
Like, that's based.
Yeah, I found this new, or I guess not new. I found this this band called Newgrounds Death Rugby recently, just randomly on Twitter, and I've been loving their stuff. They're just like a pretty traditional Midwest emo band, but man, they are really good.
So then what kind of process do you have in making songs, for example? Let's go now to your music side of it. How do you approach making a track? Because a lot of your stuff is very unique and very sort of core to you. You're not a style you would see anywhere. So what is the process where you sort of start making a track like some of the ones which you have made?
Well, first off, thank you. I appreciate the kind words, but it's very dependent on each track. Like, for a lot of songs, I honestly kind of like base them on like stories, or like, I guess just kind of like ideas. Like, I have like my album that came out last year is like, it's a concept album, but like the actual story isn't like posted anywhere, so it's kind of just like all mainly in my brain. But that's usually how I go about a lot of songs, is like, I want to write a song. What emotion do I want to capture? Okay, we want to do that emotion. How can I revolve this around like certain like events or like a character or something? So, but it honestly depends. Sometimes I just want to make like a silly, like fun song, and I'll just kind of do that without like thinking too much about it. You know, it's very dependent. But if there's like if it's something I'm really trying to like capture, I'll kind of like, you know, think about like a certain event either in my life or like in like a movie I've watched or something that I'm like, that could be cool to like, I guess, take a lot of inspiration from.
Do you also write songs with vocals in mind, or do you just come along with them as you create the song?
I guess it really, once again, it really depends on like the song. Like, I guess for Pet, for example, I had that like the motif, like the "you could treat me like a pet." I had that in mind before I even started writing the song. So I was like, I really want that to hit like hard, like in the track. So for that song, I kind of like based it around like that little phrase. But then I don't know, for other songs, it just kind of, I usually make the backing track first and then I go back and add vocals where I think it needs vocals. So vocals are usually kind of like the last thing I do in a song.
It's really interesting seeing sort of the process that you make a song and how it varies. Do you think it also varies from genre to genre, or like is it sort of linear throughout each genre that your process sort of stays the same but still changes up a little bit?
I think I definitely approach like more EDM focused genres differently than I would like a folk song or something off like my album, like the album that's already out. Like if it's more EDM, I'm more of just kind of like, let's bang this out. Like let's see what fun I can have with this. But if it's a more kind of folky or like sentimental song, I'll usually like, I don't know, write the melody on like my guitar over there and then kind of like sing over it a little bit and figure out like, okay, what am I trying to say with this? You know, I guess it's more kind of methodical for the more like, you know, sentimental and emotional songs. And if it's like a more just kind of upbeat fun song, it's just like stream of consciousness, like this is a cool idea, I want to see if I can try that out, you know.
Do you ever songwrite with your guitar, or like sort of play stuff out and then go, oh wait, that could be a cool song?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's how I come up with most of my ideas and like melodies, is just like noodling around and then just being like, wait, this could be awesome. Like, I was writing this song recently where I don't know, I was just kind of strumming on my guitar, practicing like fret mutes and everything, but I was just coming up with this melody and then I recorded it into FL and I was like, this is so cool. So then I just wrote a whole song just pretty much from this one like little like muted like guitar motif.
I want to talk about Pet, because we have talked about it quite a lot, and it is, well, from me, one of my favorite songs that you have released. What was it like? We'll talk about other labels as well, because you've been around and you've just had a release on Form, which we're also going to talk about.
Yay!
What was it like getting on BitBird? Because I'm good friends with Hyper, and hearing about how he, Yuffie, and this thing, who we've also had on the podcast, which you can go check out later. I gotta get that ads in.
Oh yeah, classic.
Hearing how they got on BitBird, it was a really cool process seeing how the song kind of developed. So how did the song develop for you to then go, I want to make a rock song, and then ending up on BitBird?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Like, if I can remember, I think I was listening to a lot of kind of rock stuff then. Like, I don't know, I was listening to a bunch of like Yellow Card and kind of like Pierce the Veil around that time, so I was very much in my like old like kind of emo phase, where I was like, okay, I want to try and make some fun rock stuff. I haven't really done anything like this before, so might as well try it out. So then it just started with that, you know, the "you could treat me like a pet," like that motif, and I kind of built the song up from there a little bit, just like, okay, how can I make this super like noisy and kind of like aggressive and just super high energy the whole time, you know? So then, yeah, I just started writing the guitar pieces and everything, and I don't know, structuring it out from there. And then, yeah, when I got the acceptance, like ping pretty much from BitBird, I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way, like never in a million years did I expect like a solo track of mine would get on a BitBird compilation, dude. Like, especially kind of like in that style, like, I don't know, I guess I've been proven wrong about this, but in my brain there was like a very kind of specific BitBird style that I was like, this song is not in the style of BitBird at all, so I kind of doubt they'll accept it, you know? But I was completely proven wrong because it's on that comp, so I don't know. It was just a really awesome experience overall, and just kind of, you know, building the song and trying to do something very like different from what I usually do in both like the instrumental and those kind of like the lyric or the vocal deliveries. Like I feel like I hadn't really done that many like screaming or like kind of like louder vocal, more aggressive deliveries before that. So having all of that and then also having it be on BitBird was just like, wow, man. It was a very empowering moment, I guess, of just like, dang, I can do whatever I want.
What was it like then recording the vocals? Because you talked about that, but do you find that you have to sort of have a lot of takes with vocals to get them right, or sort of do them over a bunch of times? Like, what's that process of you being a vocalist for a song like that? You ever get complaints from the neighbors having to scream, "You could treat me like a pet," like 27 times?
I don't know how I haven't gotten a noise complaint from my neighbors. My neighbors are awesome somehow. But
shout out to the neighbors.
Yeah, shout out my neighbors, dude. Having to listen to me just like scream at like 9 p.m. like every week.
The neighbors just hear you like screaming a new lyric, and it's like, oh, she's making another song again.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just rolling over and like that scene from Zootopia where like Judy is in her apartment for the first time and the neighbors are just like, you shut up, no, you shut up. That's my neighbors listening to me just screaming a new lyric like every other day.
We're really not escaping the furry allegations. We got Zootopia,
I'm
got the furry heads. We're really not escaping these allegations today. But what was it like then? How did you record the vocals for Pet? What was that process like?
So it was a lot of kind of trial and error for the first part, because I'm like, I don't really know how to like do that style like super well without like hurting my voice too. So I had to watch like a lot of YouTube of just like, hey, don't project with your vocal cords, project with your diaphragm instead, because that'll like, you'll get the same volume but you won't. Yeah, like vocal training stuff. And then also just I recorded so many takes until I got the right tonality that I wanted, because like when you're kind of screaming like that, at least for me, like my vocal cords aren't really used to pushing that aggressively, so I would get a lot of takes that are like, you could treat me like a pet. So I just had to keep doing it until I got like the exact like vocal I wanted. And then I had to do it 4 other times, because like all the vocals in that song are like 2 takes that are panned like 50% and 2 takes that are panned 100% like into each ear. So yeah, it was I think the vocals probably took the longest on that song out of everything else.
Was it different to when you sing other songs, trying to do that?
100%, yeah. Like I feel like I kind of sing like a lot like more airy and like quietly, like usually on my songs. So having to do that, I'm like, okay, I cannot be this close to my mic anymore because it will just be completely peaked. I have to stand back like here and scream at the microphone. So yeah, it was a very different process. And also just kind of like when I sing more aggressively, I've noticed my vocal tone is like a lot deeper than like, I guess, my speaking and like my normal singing voice. So that was kind of like interesting to learn as well.
Was it then crazy when looking on Spotify, Pet has the most listens out of all the songs on the compilation?
Dude, I have no clue what happened. Like, that's insane to me. Like, there was so much that just like lined up with that song. I'm like, okay, first of all, it's like a very explicitly furry song on BitBird. It's a song I haven't done that kind of style before. it's a solo submission and it's the most streamed on the comp. Like, what is going on right now?
What was that like then, sort of seeing the numbers slowly climb up and get higher and higher?
It was... Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, like, I'm just looking through some of the on Spotify, the discovered on, and just seeing your stuff around and just how popular it got.
Like, it was really just like, it really was like, I kind of needed that at that point in my life, I guess. I mean, like, it was pretty recently, so I don't know. Like, at that point, I guess, like, in what I was feeling, because I don't know. I feel like this is something I kind of talked to with, like, my friends and, like, you know, close people around me before, is that sometimes I feel like I can be a little, I guess, pigeonholed into doing, like, one style. Like, you know, I guess what I'm mainly known for in the, you know, the underground is the more, like, pretty, like, heartfelt, like, electronic Botanica noise wall stuff, you know? And it can feel, it was really scary for me before making Pet to kind of break out from that and be like, I want to do something different, but not really sure how well it was going to be received, you know? So kind of seeing that get on the comp and get, you know, the most, like, streams on the comp. Like, I try not to pay attention to streams because I feel like it doesn't really, you know, it can kind of cloud judgment a little bit. But to be honest, just seeing, like, that got that many streams and it's nothing like what I've kind of put out before was really just, like, reaffirming, like, I can do what I want and not have to worry too much about, you know, how well it's going to be received, you know?
Has that changed? I'm guessing that's changed your mindset moving forward with sort of how you approach songs now, and it's kind of like, oh, I just want to have fun and make whatever styles I want to do.
No, exactly. And even with my Form song that I put out, or that got on All Nighter, I feel like it was a very similar kind of like moment for me, where it was just like, I'm gonna do something I haven't done before. I'm gonna do a vocal style I haven't done before either, and then it gets on the comp somehow. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, let's talk about, I feel like now is the appropriate place to put in the All Night release, out now. If there is a link by the time we upload this, it will be in the description. There is a SoundCloud
You should also watch
link.
the music video. It's very cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I think I, like, briefly saw it on Twitter as I was scrolling past that you did a music video for it as well.
Yeah, that was another kind of moment where it's just like, I'm gonna do something I haven't done before because I've never made a music video before. So I just grabbed my where is it actually? I have this crappy handheld camcorder. Yeah, I just set it up with a tripod in, like, on my school's campus and just thrashed around in a field like 12 times and then cut it into a music video.
Were you always planning to do a music video even if the song wasn't accepted, or was it something that kind of, it got accepted and you were like, oh, okay, let's make a music video for this now?
No, I wanted to make a music video, like, I don't know, even before, the song was, like, finished. I was like, this is a very, like, I could see a music video going with this song. So I think before I even got the acceptance letter, I went out and filmed, like, a few takes that I used in it. But, like, when it did get accepted, I was like, okay, I'm going to fully finish this. I was going to finish it before, but it was that extra boost of motivation, you know?
What was it like then participating in All Nighter? Like, because obviously it was announced that this is the final All Nighter for a while. So how was it like then going into this, knowing that this was the final one? Have you gotten into this before? Like, I feel you have been in All Nighter before, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I had one track in All Nighter Volume 8 with Novasai, Freezy, and Disfang and Chalbert. Shout out those guys. Those are my besties. And that was really fun. But yeah, I guess definitely going into All Nighter 10, it was like, I definitely had the pressure. I'm like, okay, I have to make this count. Like, this is kind of the last one for the foreseeable future. Like, even if I don't get on, I want to make something I am super proud of for this, you know? Like, so I tried very hard to, you know, make stuff I was proud of. I was a part of, I think 4 collabs total, and the only one that got on that I worked on was my solo somehow.
Wait. So you worked on 5 tracks for All Nighter?
Yeah.
Wait. You're telling me 24-hour period and you decided, you know what, 5 tracks, let's get it done.
Hi. Yeah.
How was this? Wait.
Okay, like a few of them didn't get finished. I'll put that out there, but I was all over the place, man. I stayed up the whole 24 hours.
You literally pulled up an all-nighter to finish these songs. Yeah. I'm guessing what energy drink got you through it? Red Bull, Monster?
Okay.
Or was it coffee?
Like it was coffee. Like it was 2 of those, like the little like Starbucks like glass bottle things. Like they were on sale at like the grocery store close to me, so I just went and I bought them, and I pulled through somehow. But
what's it like getting onto a compilation like this then?
It's really just, I love forums so much. I love this whole community so much. It's just like, it's so like, I don't know. It really, at least for me, sometimes I can feel like, oh, like, dang, why am I doing this? You know, like, music is hard. Like, it's moments like that where you kind of just get, you know, you get on and you see people enjoying something. You see people connecting with art, you know, and not even necessarily art you made, or like just art in general. It's just like, yeah, this is why we do this, you know, this is why we're musicians and we work so hard and we do these crazy 24-hour songwriting challenges, is to make art and connect with people, you know. It's really, it's such a nice feeling. It's unlike anything else, I have to say.
Do you think that how much different is it making a song for All Nighter compared to just making a normal song that you tend to make? Like, do you feel a lot more rushed, or like, oh my god, I have to do this? Or is it calmer and sort of doing the same decision making just in a shorter time period?
I definitely like the first all-nighter I ever participated in was 7. This is when I wasn't even like a part of like Silkenwood. I kind of knew about Forum before that and everything. I was like, oh, I'll try this thing. And I think that I took it a little too like seriously back then, of just like, I got super stressed out and like being like, oh, this isn't perfect, it has to be absolutely perfect. And kind of similar thing happened with 8 a little bit, where I was just approaching it, I think, in the wrong way, and just very worried and very stressed out the whole time. Whereas opposed to like 9 and 10, I was just like, I'm gonna have fun first and foremost, and if it makes it on, it makes it on, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's fine, you know.
What does it feel like then getting on? Because I'm looking through volume 8 and I'm not realizing how stacked the list is. You've got Sharks and Dion Timmer on there.
Dude.
You've got Skybreak on there as well. Surely getting into something like that, where you've got so many names on there, and sort of seeing what you've done then put on in such a way, is very validating for you.
Very, yeah. And seeing, like, I remember being in voice chat with like Nova Sai and the rest of the gang, like when we saw the announcement, and seeing Virtual Riot's name pop up, like we all screamed of just being like, what? Like, we're on a comp with Virtual Riot? Are you serious? Like, it is very validating, I guess, you know, in the way of like, dang, you know, I put in so much effort to this and it's being recognized, and it's like, that's crazy that I'm on, you know, like the same comp as these people I've looked up to for forever. Like, it's, I don't know, it's hard to really describe just like how like what feeling it gives you.
Do you,
know?
like, is it still sort of hard to process that it's happened, and it still kind of blows you away a little bit?
100%. It 100% just like every time I kind of think about it, I'm like, that happened. Like that was a real event that transpired like in my life.
You got on with Eliminate's best friend.
Dude, Eliminate's best friend. Let's go. Like, actually,
Virtual
even
Riot,
about like,
who's that? Eliminate's
yeah,
best friend.
all I know is Eliminate's best friend. Yeah, exactly. But kind of like story about All Nighter 10, especially like when I saw Stroller's name pop up, I was just like, no way, because I reached out to him in 2015 when I hadn't done any music production at all. I reached out to him on Newgrounds, messaging him like, hey, which DAW should I use to get into music production? And he replied back to me being like, it doesn't really matter which one you use because they all kind of do the same thing, but certain ones are better at others. I think FL is a pretty good way to get into it. So I was like, oh, thanks, man. So I used FL, and that's what I've been using ever since. So like seeing that was like a crazy full circle moment for me. Just like, holy crap, dude. It's tied up in a neat bow.
Yeah, you're not moving away from FL Studio as well. You're saying you are firmly one for
FL for
Loops.
Life, baby.
Ableton is cursing in their grave, or whatever you would say to that.
Yeah, Ableton, they're crying. Never, Lillybug will never use Ableton.
Exactly.
If you see me using Ableton, it's not me. I'm dead.
I wanna move on to Silkenwood, which is another label that you have gotten on, and you are very much involved with the processes with that. How did you sort of get involved with that? Because was it a song that got you on it, and then you sort of got to know the community a bit more, or?
Yeah, so we were kind of chatting about this a little bit before the recording, but I guess like the full story, it's like I was watching like nurture reviews on YouTube, and I found this YouTuber Cubic, who I'm sure some people will recognize that name, and he had done like a review of A Season of Growth Volume 1 on his YouTube channel. So I watched that just on a whim, and I was like, this is the most insane compilation I have ever heard. So I just randomly joined the Discord, and you know, like Better Together Volume 4 was happening at that time, so I signed up for that, and I made a song with Nashville, who I was super into at the time, from like Small House in Spain, and like our song got on, and I just remember like the label head at the time like DMing me before like anything was like revealed about the track listing, just like, oh my god, your song was incredible, like this is exactly what I've been looking for a while. And I just remember being like, what no way, me? Me?
Was this still when you were Bug Boy, or was this?
Yeah, I think this was, it was either right before or right after the rebrand. I can't remember. It was one of the two. But yeah, so that happened, and then that song got on. I was like, oh my gosh. So I just started hanging around in Silkenwood more, and, you know, participating in more comps, and then just, you know, got to know the staff and got to know everyone super well. And then I was on the art team for a little bit, you know, helping do like teasers and stuff and some of the cover design. And then they offered me like, hey, do you want to be on Artist Family? I was like, yes, please. And then a short while after that, they're like, okay, do you want to be on staff? I was like, yes. So I don't know. Silkenwood is just like, I don't even know how to like describe how much that community means to me, of just like, literally it's lifted me up to so many places that I never thought I would be at, like, ever. And just, it's such an awesome, accepting, and amazing community of people. It's just, that's my home, you know? That's stomping grounds for me. That's it, you know?
How happy are you to see it return and come back?
Oh
it's back.
I remember Nate pinged all of us in the staff chat being like, so we're gonna do a revival, and I literally like screamed. I was so happy. I was like, yes. It's so amazing to see it come back and be all for charity and everything, and I'm so excited for what the future holds for Silkenwood too. It's amazing.
You should definitely it would be nice if you could get if you know a Half Heart project, they also do a lot of work for charity as well. It's really cool that you've sort of come together to do it for a good cause. I love seeing labels that do it for charity.
I could ask the other swag havers about it, and I'm sure we could get something in the works if the stars align, for sure.
It's like crossover for charity. Yeah, where it had like Amflara, Nealuminum, Half Heart, Novatone, all of those people together. Love seeing all of that. I wanna ask you about Mad Hatter, because obviously you've been involved with sort of starting that, and now it is starting on Wednesday, guys. Don't make the mistake I did of accidentally starting a day early or 2 days early.
We will ban everyone who starts early, and I'm not kidding in any way.
I'm gonna be taken round the back and shot.
You're getting shot with the ban hammer.
You're not seeing another EDM Grid podcast episode in the future. I'm not here anymore.
Sorry. Yeah, this is the last one. The Silkenwood mob's gonna get you.
If you see this, it's been scheduled. I'm no longer here with you.
If you're reading this, it's too late. Or if you're
but
watching this,
what was it like, sort of starting it back again and sort of coming up with this idea for the Mad Hatter?
It was super fun. So I think Nate mentioned it in the call earlier, where it was like, or last night I guess, where it was like, this is something his like dance studio would do, where they would literally like have like a hat, and like people would be doing like a dance battle, right? They would like choose a slip out of a hat, and it would be like, you can only dance with your hands in your pockets, or you have to close your eyes, or the next song they play is going to be freeform jazz or something. So he was like, we should do this, but for like music, like Silkenwood, like, oh my gosh, compilation. Sorry, my brain just totally blinked out. And I was like, that's a super cool idea. But we definitely had to do a little bit of finessing, trying to figure out how the prompt system would work. Like, we were originally going to make a bunch of prompts ourselves and then have, you know, just randomly assign them to people. But we're kind of worried maybe there could be like a little like perceived bias in there, you know? So we were just like, oh, it's probably best if like everyone who submits just also submits a prompt, or like 3 prompts. So then we combed through like all of those prompts and determined like which ones are kind of, you know, redundant and which ones are like good to put in the hat. And I'm so sad that there were like, thank gosh there were so many people there at the opening ceremony last night, but we didn't realize that if there's over 50 people in a Discord call, you can't turn your camera on, which made it really challenging, because Nate literally cut out all of these slips of paper with all the prompts on, put them into a magician's hat, and was drawing them like physically, like sad. As the names are being called. I know, it was so sad. I'm like, dude, we're suffering from success. There's too many people. Too many people love Silkenwood.
Did you have like a hat for the name and then a hat for the prompt, or did you have like?
I think it was. Oh, sorry.
Like,
I think it was all just prompts.
Like,
yeah, we were just going down the list. Yeah, like the actual like spread sheet, like the form responses. We were just going in like in order of submission. So the people that like submitted close to the deadline were there for 4 hours waiting for their name to be called.
I got in really early. Wait, it started at 3:33 and mine was at 3:49. So.
Oh, you're so lucky, dude. We were there from.
I was asleep. I was not there, unfortunately. It was at 4 a.m. I confirm, after getting off a plane and being tired because I had to wake up early. I'm sorry. I sadly missed it. It's the 13th reason why.
Yep.
The
Sorry,
council will not
that's
be
another
happy with this
infraction on
one.
the record. Exactly.
So
But,
wait, so
yeah,
how
we were
long did
there.
it take to sort of comb through the idea and sort of
let's see. So we commissioned a Meeprath for all the art that like we've been using as well, and shout out Meeprath, they are awesome. I'm trying to find the when he pinged us, but it was super cool. Where is this? Sorry, I cannot look. I'm blind.
scrolling through the chats?
Yeah,
always something gets
I can do it
asked.
later.
There's always something that gets asked in these episodes, which is it's got to get the research out. Have a quick scroll through the Spotify or the SoundCloud page to like get all the facts right.
No, exactly. I'm just gonna scroll all the way up in like the admin chat.
One of the
here
funniest
and
things
just try and find it.
about doing these episodes is that like you uncover things that the guest has also forgotten about or like not realize. So then they're having to like look back and go, "Oh my god, yeah, I did do this," and then talk about it.
No, that's so real. And I'm sure there's gonna be more because I have the memory of a walnut, so it's like,
okay,
I don't know, I forget so much stuff.
That's valid.
Okay, so the channel I guess was created like for the new admins was like earlier this month, but the idea was definitely floating around a little bit before that. So it's been around probably a month in the works.
How many people signed up to it then? Because there was like having to comb through that many submissions and times that by 3 for the prompts. How did you try and get through that?
Oh, let's see. So we had 230 because Breaker didn't submit. 230 submissions, each with 3 prompts. So we did, let's see.
690.
Yeah, 690 prompts we had to read through and decide, oh, is this redundant? Is this good? Can we put this in? Is this... Did you just say nice? Sorry, I had to process that one for a second.
That hit like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, no, seriously. That stopped me mid-thought. Like, yeah, it was a lot. I think that's like, I can't remember how many all-nighter 10 submissions were
I think
created.
it was also 690.
It's the exact same number, dude. That's crazy.
That is nice. That is very nice.
Wow, that's amazing. Very nice indeed. Yeah, very nice. But yeah, so that was probably the most work of just like combing through all those and being like, okay, which is gonna work, which is not. And then like a lot of them were kind of similar, so we also had to like come up with some on our own, like a little bit last minute of just like, oh, like do this one, or this is a cool prompt, you know.
So wait, how do you then comb through all of those submissions? Like, do you sit in a call together and go, oh, we gotta go through all of these, or do you do it individually and sort of subdivide each submission?
Yeah, we just kind of did it like asynchronously or like individually, I guess, where we have like there's like a shared like document here, and we have like it color coded to like ones we'll add, ones we have to change a little bit. We're stuck between these ones or like one that's too similar to another one. So yeah, just this document is just completely covered in colors. So that's mainly what we were doing.
So then what was it like then actually hosting the event? Or I guess it wasn't you, but then having sort of the announcement and seeing the response that you get for a project like this?
Yeah, no, it was absolutely crazy just seeing the amount of people that were like there for it, especially like after like a whole year of hiatus, pretty much like a year and like a few days or like a month or something. Just seemed like this was the most signed up for like anything we've ever hosted before, like by a good amount too. So it was crazy seeing that many people still so interested and still so excited to be a part of Silkenwood again.
Is that also sort of reassuring that sort of you come back and the first thing that you do when you come back is incredibly successful and sort of you get very positive reception for it?
Yeah, no, it was super happy and very heartwarming to see. Like, I think Nate said this best, or I don't remember, it was probably Nate, but he was like, Silkenwood hasn't gone anywhere, you know, like all the people who are still core to this community are still here, you know, they might be in other places, but they are still like here for it, you know. And it was amazing. It was so awesome.
What's then in store for the future of Silkenwood? Because we have got obviously Mad Hatter, which is now open, and I'm taking part in it as well. You're taking part like 4 times.
Yep.
What is also in the future of Silkenwood and sort of any ideas that you have floating around which you would want to share, or sort of?
I don't know what I can share. I definitely should have checked with the rest of the staff before this, but like there's definitely gonna be a lot more charity comps. Like as Nate kind of put it, Silkenwood is going to be like a charity comp exclusive, like kind of community collective going forward. So we're probably not going to be doing any like single releases or any like more record label stuff, but there's going to be a lot more like events. I want to start hosting like maybe weekly or like bi-weekly like beat challenges or something again, and I have an idea for a compilation that I want to pass by the Swag Havers, but I don't think I can talk about it yet because I still want to make sure like
we're eating good in the future of Silkenwood.
Yeah, we are eating full like Thanksgiving dinner, like 3-course like buffet meal for Silkenwood.
See, I don't get that reference because I'm not American. But
oh yeah. Just
British
imagine
boy.
like the
turkey
best
on the table,
like
gravy,
mashed
potatoes.
peas you've ever had or something.
Peas. No, you're doing roast dinners wrong. You're doing roast dinners wrong. As a Brit, my
I'm
heart's
sorry.
broken.
That's the first thing I can think of. That like, I don't know.
I want to go back to you as an artist now, because this is a great segue. Speaking of the most successful thing in Silkenwood history, I want to talk about the most successful thing that you've done as an artist, which is you have got 2 songs which have gotten pretty big, Blurry and Echo, from what I gather.
Yep.
Was that just out of nowhere, or sort of?
So,
was it 2 self-releases?
Yeah, technically, but there's definitely some lore to this. So, these are very old songs. They're decently old here, but I was really into this visual novel. It's like a furry like visual novel called Echo, when I was like, you know, kind of taking music I guess a bit more seriously back in like 2021 era. And so like I was super into the Echo community, and I posted like both of these songs in their like Discord server, and one of like the head developers reached out to me. He's like, hey, I love these, I want to put these in the game. And I was like, what? Like it blew my mind. So I was like, yeah, definitely. He paid me like $40 for both of them and then put them into the game. And ever since then, that game has kind of gained like a very big like cult following, I guess, like in the visual novel sphere, and especially in the furry scene. It's like it's a really amazing game. It's like a psychological like horror like visual novel. It's incredible. But yeah, so that's kind of where the popularity for those songs came up, is definitely through that I'll still get people like sometimes randomly like following me on Twitter or something and sending me a message like, "Oh my god, I loved your song in Echo. Echo's amazing." I'm like, thank you. But I think that's definitely, I guess, where the streams and the numbers come from on both of those songs. It's still
what do you think
insane.
of the song now, looking back at it and sort of seeing how well it's done compared to sort of how sort of, I wouldn't say you were new to it, but you didn't know half of the stuff that you knew now. I look back a year and I was like, what was I doing with it all?
Yeah, so, you know, the stereotype, every artist is not gonna like their most favorite song.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Like, do you like it? Do you still like it? Do you?
I think I like the meaning behind it more because it reminds me of the game, and I still really love the game a lot. But the production is not there on either of them, man. And it's just every time I try and listen to it, I'm just like, oh, this is so bad.
Always happens.
Yeah, it always happens. I feel like that about like a lot of songs, even from, you know, from the Sea to the Stars, like the album, where I'm like, oh, I would have done this so much differently if I made this now. But I'm glad it means something to people, you know. That's all I really care about, is connecting with art. And if someone finds something in that song that I don't, then good for them, you know. If it comforts them or makes them feel something, then that's all I could ever ask for in my music career, I guess.
Fire. That, I mean, what more can I say to that? It's just, you got a lot of songs which are very deep in meaning and have got so much sort of vocal presence with sort of very heartfelt sort of narratives in them. I'm trying to think of the words to say that wouldn't sound like an absolute cringe, but sort of it's like Fox Stevenson. I talk about him a lot, but he has sort of very deep meanings in his tracks and sort of a lot of the same stuff that you do, where you sort of put a lot of your heartfelt moments into the track.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad that shows through, because that's kind of what I really want to get across with my music the most, I think, is just like, you know, the emotion and just making, like, I guess, a space for people to feel like, oh, if you're going through something similar, you're not alone. Like, I kind of use my music a lot as just like not a form of therapy, but a way to just kind of get my emotions out better than words, you know. Like,
I do that too. It's like creating a song when you're feeling something so heavy sort of allows you to put it's like writing down your feelings or like talking it out.
Yeah.
Like you can you can put your words in an art form, and then once it's finished, you can listen back at the art form and then sort of see how it was and sort of show your emotions in a different way rather than bottled up inside of you.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a good way to just scream it all out there, put it all in one thing, and then once that song's finished, you can box it up and you can move on from it, you know. And that's kind of how I treat a lot of my music, I guess, is like I'm happy with all of it, you know. And it's like I can still remember like what I was feeling when I make a lot of these songs that are like kind of sad. I have like a joke with my girlfriend where it's like, I'm a very happy person, but literally all the songs I make are about the world ending or death in some way, shape, or form. Like, or just like Valid. The passage of time. Like,
and then no, I hope in 200 years they really study and analyze You Could Treat Me Like a Pet and go, so what was this artist thinking? What was the meaning behind this? Yeah, they're gonna be in like a college, yeah. So, when we think about being treated like a pet, what does that mean? What was the artist thinking when he wrote the lyrics, You could treat me like a pet? What was he trying to express with his words, or her words?
It's all good. But, yeah, like, I think that what I can point to the most is Effigy of Dust, which was like a track on Silken, I think it was Sleepover Volume 4. But it's definitely the most sad song I've ever made. Like, it's literally about this guy waking up in a desert, not knowing where he is, finding like a little book and like a statue of himself, and like then the world ends and he's like screaming out in pain and like it's like horrible, and then it just repeats infinitely. And I was like, dang, what was I feeling when I made that, dude? I was not in a good space. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know, like I think that's why I love making music so much, is because, you know, you can really just put all your emotions and stuff into something and just have it be that, you know. I don't know.
Speaking of making music, this is the segue into the final part of the episode. We're getting near to the end
awesome.
now. Here's your
oh, we are.
Oh my god,
it literally happened.
So
it
quick.
Literally happened. Yeah,
I told you it would.
Wow.
At the start, I literally went, every single person that comes on and I say, oh, it's nearly the end of the episode, goes, oh my god, that went so quick. I can't believe it. Every single time.
It happens. Every time.
I wanted to ask you, like I always ask my my guests, what do we have in store for the future of Lillybug music? What do we have in the future that we can look forward to? You've got the album, which you said right at the beginning, you know, good callback, viewer watch time,
that was the hook of the episode, that there is a new Lillybug album and it is almost finished. I just have to go back and fix a few things, but yeah, that's in the future. I've had some people say I really want more like of that 2010s like emo rock stuff, so I'll be making some more of that too. There's also an EP I'm working on. I'm working on a lot of stuff. There's an EP I'm working on that's gonna be a lot more emo rock adjacent or emo rock focused, so that's in the future as well. And just, I don't know, I'll be around, you know. I'll be in these communities. I'll be doing stuff. I'm sure you'll see my name pop up a few times here and there. So just keep posted. There's a lot of cool things coming.
Links in the description as always. I also wanted to ask you, because Oswald isn't here. Always ask this at the end of each episode. What is some of the songs that you are currently in love with? What are your favorite songs that you like listening to right now?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to check my on repeat because I know there are some. I have been listening to Do You Remember Yesterday by Jaren like daily, if not like more than twice a day. That song just, I don't know, it captures the emotion TM, where I'm just like, yeah, this is it. It's been that, and then it's been Bears by Newgrounds Death Rugby, which is like, you know, the emo band I was mentioning earlier. I think those two are probably like what's been just mainlining for me right now.
If you could recommend an artist for everyone to go and listen to, what would you recommend that they listen to?
Ooh, okay. If you like folk music, please, for the love of God, listen to the Oh Hellos, dude. They are my favorite band of all time and probably my biggest musical influence ever. Like, I think I owe so much of my lyricism and kind of my instrumentation as well, the way I approach making music, like, to them and the way they structure their songs. Like, if you have to listen to anything by them, listen to Dear Wormwood and listen to Notos, like the EP. They are just I've listened to them probably hundreds, if not thousands of times all the way through, and I always come back to them and find something new I love. Like, it's just, it's unreal that music exists in the same world that we do.
All right, so now is the appropriate time that you now can share whatever you want to share. This is your space to sort of self-advertise. If you want to do what Court Zone did, which I still haven't forgotten, and shout out us for being cool people, then you can do that. And I still haven't forgotten.
I was literally just gonna say that. Please subscribe to the EDM Grid and follow Henkray and Oswald, because thank you so much for having me on. I wanted to say that at the start, but I kind of forgot. Like, this has been so much fun. And this is like the first like interview kind of thing I think I've ever done. It's been awesome. So thank you so much for having me on.
Basically, when you're performing at all the major festivals, you can point to me and say, "I was the first. I was
Yeah,
number
I'll
one."
be on stage. Shout out the EDM grid, and then it'll be like,
100%. Is there any other projects of yours that you want to shout out? Obviously, I know that Forms, the song's coming out. You've had Pet, which has just come out, or not just come out, but that's recently come out. But is there anything else that you want to kind of promote and say, go check this out?
Oh, yeah. Stream Blood on Your Fur, or Blood on My Fur on Unbeyond. Holy crap! I'm having an aneurysm. I'm so sorry. Stream Blood on My Fur out on Unbeyond Anthologies. I love Unbeyond. I do visual work for them too now, and like they are such an awesome community.
Really, really
great
good label.
Amazing label, and I really feel like they do not get the recognition they deserve in this scene. So please go check them out. Join Silkenwood if you haven't already. We're gonna be having a lot of fun there. So yeah, I think that's about it.
Is that all? Nothing else? Obviously, the album, which is gonna come out soon, or 90% done, and then the last 10% takes 2 years.
Yeah, no, that's what it's been. All the songs are ready. I just am I'm at the stage in production where I open the project, I tweak one thing, tweak it down, return it back to normal, stare at it for 30 minutes, and then close it. So I think it's so close.
30 minutes is generous. It takes 2 hours for me.
That's fair, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the EDM Grid podcast. Once again, my name is Henry, also known as Hank Ray. Oswald still isn't here. I don't know why I say that. He wasn't here the entire time. But thank you so much to Lillybug for joining us in this episode, and we shall see you on the next one.